Happy Wednesday, everybody, and welcome back to Hockeybar. Today's the 13th of February, and we got some stuff to get into. So, I regret for not doing this earlier. I didn't include it in yesterday's, but it is yesterday's news, and I apologize for putting it in now. But longtime player Joel Ward has now retired from the NHL. He announced it yesterday. He started the season with the Canadiens. And I don't know if he passed through the training camp or if he was just a constant healthy scratch. I don't know exactly. He is a decent player. He's got decent numbers throughout his career. He's got a long career, 11 seasons. He started in 2006 or 7 with the Wild. He's also played for the Predators and the Caps and the Sharks most recently. You probably remember him with the Sharks last season. But he was picked up by the Canadiens in the offseason, and I guess that was short-lived. So... Joel Ward, congratulations on a great career, and we'll miss you definitely in the sport. And now, our next news is today's news. John Gibson of the Ducks is unfortunately injured. This is probably the worst news the Ducks could ever deal with right now. As we know, the Ducks are already not in a good position. They've won, I think, 2 of their last 20 games. In the games they do come close, or at least win, it seems that Gibson is a factor in that. So now they have to rely on their third string goalie to pick up the pieces and try to get them out of this slump, and nothing is working for them. I have literally seen a couple games the Ducks have been playing, and there's nothing going for them. And their goaltending was one of their strong suits. And now that Gibson is injured, who even then, Gibson is in relief for Ryan Miller as he is injured. It does not fare well at all for the Ducks. So he actually injured 3 parts of his body. He was collided, as you can see in the photo on the screen. Ducks player, I don't know exactly who that is, number 43. You can see he collides after he's being hit by, I think it was Matt Stone on the Senators. So he was hit into Gibson, and Gibson was unfortunate enough to have an injury to his head, his neck, and his back. So no one actually... It looks like 2 weeks, but it's not exact on how long it'll be. So now moving on, after that unfortunate talk, we have our game to watch, which is Wednesday Night Hockey, one of the best times of the week. Between the Oilers and Penguins from PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That was unnecessary, but I felt like it needed to be included because it sounded fun. So obviously here, as many people probably know, is that we have 2 of the best players in the league facing off against each other. We got Sidney Crosby on one side. He's been there all his career. And then Connor McDavid on the other side, the young gun. So McDavid's team, his squad hasn't been doing great all season. They've been trying to get things going, not exactly perfect, but who knows against the Penguins? I don't know if they've played yet this season, but I'm sure it'll be an interesting game. Guys like Draisaitl and Nugent Hopkins can support McDavid, and then Penguins are actually dealing. This is Malkin's 1-game suspension right here. So they are without Malkin on the first line. So they might have Getzel. Their first line will probably be strong with Getzel, Crosby, and who knows, Brassard maybe. Because they're going to keep second line probably led by Phil Kessel or somebody else, Chris Letang. I don't know exactly. I'm kind of excited to see how that is because the Penguins... probably a little disappointed with Malkin's play this season. He's got a very low plus-minus. So bad things happen. He's got a lot of penalty minutes this season, too. I don't know what's up with him. But he's definitely not the same Malkin he's been. So the Penguins are dealing with that, and the Oilers have just been dealing with their lackluster season. So if the Oilers get the win here, that would be great. The Penguins are in striking distance in the East, and the Oilers are still a little below. So the Oilers could definitely use the win. Now moving on to stats, we can see Nikita Kucherov got up there. after a very good night for him. He got a 4-point night. So now he's up to 88 points. He got 3 assists, and now he's at 63 assists. He had a goal, too. So now he's at 88 points and 63 assists. Alex Ovechkin still leading in goals with 38. And now we see the longtime leader of the plus-minus category, Mark Giordano, now decrowned by Brian Dumoulin of the Penguins. Dumoulin had a nice game a couple nights ago. Giordano did not. So Dumoulin's at a plus 29 right now. Giordano right behind him at a plus 28. Moving on to goalies, we can see Robin Lehner's numbers went a little up and down. His goals against average went from 205 to 208, so no big deal. Still had a decent game. He definitely keeps the Islanders in a lot of games they play. And then the save percentage dropped by 0.1, so now it's at a 92.9. Now, unfortunately, Marc-Andre Fleury did not have a great game yesterday against the Coyotes. He lost 5-2, so it was a little rough for him. So he didn't get another win. He's still at 29 wins and 6 shutouts, still leading by a lot in both categories. So the season's definitely not over for him. He can definitely rebound. And they play the Coyotes a lot, and I'm sure it's not the last time they're meeting this season. So with that, thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. If you're not already, do make sure you hit the subscribe button. It really means a lot to us. It shows that you got the support, and we appreciate every one of you. So thank you guys again for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.